We're rolling into episode 15, y'all.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Memorial Day on Monday. Are you doing anything fun this weekend, or you're just enjoying your time off?
Nice long weekend. Pool, barbecuing, relaxing.
You can also participate. I don't know if you knew this fun fact about Memorial Day. 3 p.m. local time, there's a national moment of silence.
Our local time.
Just
Okay.
everyone's local time. I understand that. It's a fair question. The first time I read it, I was like, they don't say if it's PST or East.
Local time.
Your local time, 3 p.m. Didn't know that about
Cool.
Memorial Day.
Me either. I'll make sure my family participates. Everyone,
Yeah.
shut up.
Everyone shut the...
What'd you learn this week, Casey?
Okay, so I don't even want to get into the theory that I used to have because like this one is so much better. It still is very much correlated, but I think this is a way better way to say it. But you know how I talked about like masculine energy and feminine energy and everyone's like a certain percentage of each?
Yeah.
Okay, I heard this week someone said that everyone in the world either has mommy energy, daddy energy, or baby energy.
Yeah.
And that was the best way to phrase it. I never thought about the baby part because that is true of like people just like want it to be like taken care of and like want it to be about them and like don't want any responsibility. I was like, that's a category that my philosophy was missing for sure. But it really helped me to like decide who I like want to hang out with. Like there's this guy, the guy who told me about this is this guy who is like famous for dating a lot of he's a really attractive guy, but like beautiful women. And he was like, I present as mommy energy, but deep down I have baby energy. And I was like, yeah, I want like not like we can be friends, but like nothing more than that. Cause he's like, let's go on a date. And I was like, anyway,
How does that doesn't make sense? Like
I
that
know.
shouldn't get women
Mm-hmm.
in any.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
It sounds like the opposite of what you're going for
So
specifically.
you're telling me that these beautiful, attractive women give daddy energy? Because there's got to be a balance.
Right. I mean, I do. Because then he like described like the dad jokes. I feel like I need to, dive more into this, but he like talked about dad jokes. He did say like the protector, but I'm not necessarily a protector, but I don't care about drama, like a lot of people, but I've learned recently boys can really get into gossip too. But anyway, I'm not as like emotional, which is typically like a female quality. I don't feel like I'm a natural nurturer, which is interesting because I definitely want to take care of people and I like am very selfless and put them before me. But at the same time, like, you know how some people like they see a baby and they're like, I just want to go hold it and I want to like squeeze it. I'm like, maybe if it was my own, but don't have that. But some people just naturally have that. So I feel like that's more of like a dad energy. But and I feel like there's different percentages. I think I have baby energy like 10% of the time.
I was
And
gonna
then
ask.
like, what'd you
I
say?
was gonna ask what you thought yours was
Oh no, are you laughing that hard because you don't think that's true?
because I thought it would be higher than that.
How? Tell me how.
How or what percentage?
How?
Well, I don't think this is what makes it hard too, is because I think like you in a professional setting, sure, you get off of daddy energy, but like HMK, hot mess Casey is baby energy. Hard.
You want to give live
Casey's a hot
examples?
mess every time she leaves the house, except for when she's going to work.
You should have seen me carrying in my things from my car today. I had like coffee mug, empty like all of my Tupperware from like lunch and breakfast, and it's just like
Yeah.
hanging out all over the place. And I could like barely open the gate, and I was like, "Hot mess, Casey, coming in."
Well, your contact name says that now. It's Casey HMK Nady on my phone. And every time I think about it, I just think about us being in the parking garage in Vegas and you trying to get your suitcases out of the car and it just being a disaster.
Was the team with us or just you and I?
We were recruiting.
Okay, I was about to say.
Wait, yeah.
Either one
Yeah.
could have flown, so I just didn't know. Oh yeah. I think when it comes to it's just stuff.
What?
When it's just like I have stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's hard for me to wrangle it all in. Like the people
Yeah,
who
you
are
have
like,
like baby hands. I just can't do it. Mom!
Mhm. I see what, yeah, maybe it is higher. I wouldn't give it over more than 20% though.
Okay, that's
But I
fair.
feel like you have like 2%.
It's actually something I think I need to work on. I think I need to raise that number.
Why?
Because I think that also correlates to being able to allow people to help you.
Mm.
And I think that's a big deal.
Do you think it correlates with like creativity or having a childlike sense of wonder?
Yeah, and I don't think I have that either.
You're creative.
Yeah, but I don't think it's childlike. Like there's a different kind of play and creativity when you act like a child or like create like a child, and I don't think I have that. It's also something I want to get better at.
I can totally help you act like a child.
1 second.
I got you, girl. Buckle up.
Yeah. What do you think I am?
If baby energy is 2%, we got 98% left. We'll just round up at that point. I would say like mommy energy 60 and daddy 40.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think they're honestly pretty close. So yeah, I don't disagree with that.
I thought that mine were close to after you subtract the baby portion. But I feel like as of recently, it's becoming a lot more maybe because I just am not managing people anymore, like a lot more like feminine. Like it's, I don't have to like lay down the law,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, I
Which
think
that's,
it's crazy what happens when you don't have to step into roles that aren't like natural to you, either like as a woman or just your personality. Like it just allows. There's a reason that we're in like fight or flight a lot of times when it's not something that's natural, and like that's not a great place to live.
yeah,
Doesn't mean you can't do it and you can't step up to the plate and do it. It's just
yeah.
sucks sometimes.
There was this girl,
Whoa.
we got to talk about how you we're talking about like male and female energy and hot take. I feel like a lot of people are going to agree with this, but this is just a very prevalent thing in America. Okay, not this part I'm going to just talk about, but it led to this conversation. This girl that I say girl for everyone, it's so bad. She's a woman. She's like in her early 40s. She was like, "Oh, one of my boyfriends is ordering me lunch on DoorDash," and those were her exact words, like one of my boyfriends. And I was like, so I wanted to dive in. I don't know this girl very well at all. It's like the second time I've ever seen her, but like when you work at different places, like you kind of, you're
Yeah.
it's just you and them sometimes. So I was like, I'm gonna dig into this. And I was like, okay, when you said multiple boyfriends, are you being serious or is that a joke? And she was like, I'm serious. And I said, okay, how many are there? And she said 3. And she gave me the information that of like, I'm not going to commit to just one because each of them brings something that I really want and need, but like none of them have it all together. And my last question was, do they think that like you're exclusive like boyfriend girlfriend? And she's like, well, one of them does but the other two no. And I was like, that's tough, but anyway, it's not my life, whatever. It's your life. And when she talked about like a guy not having all of these things combined, I feel like it is a cycle of like what's going on. So the feminist movement happened, which I do think in a lot of ways is great. Like obviously women needed a right to vote and a voice, and like men do not rule over women. And I think that there's many women who are really smart and contribute a lot to society in more ways than just being a mom, right? And all of these gender roles. At the same time, the pendulum swung like so far on the other side. So then what happened was all of these women are so independent and it's like, I got it. Therefore, what happens, like, I feel like it's evolution. Then the man is like, oh, I don't really have to work as hard because, like, she's got it. Like, she's going to take care of me, slash, like, I'm going to come, like, at her in a certain way of, like, hey, you want to do this? But she's like, no, I got it. And then now these men, like, step down or step back because it's like, oh, like, she's got it. And then the gap grows. It's like, okay, she's got it. He steps even further back. The woman's like, he's not making an effort. And so then they get even more independent and the gap gets further and further and further. And I feel like that is the world that we currently live in if you are like not married. So I guess like the average person who's not married, 20s and their 30s and maybe in their 40s, this is what is like a universal experience. Do you agree?
100% agree. I also think that that's like why, like traditional hobbies are coming back. Like I think I've seen an uptake in sewing, and it's one thing when that's something you start doing and you start noticing everyone else doing it or whatever. But like that's like gardening is massive. Making things from scratch at home and cooking is like taking off. There's just a lot of like traditional things that have disappeared for a long time and are now like little hobbies that people now are starting to do more and more. Like because we've swung so far the other way. So I agree.
I don't know if you agree with me with this one, but I think that because I can attest to that. Like I did not used to like cooking, but now I like don't mind it, or like baking. Never baked in my life. I'll bake now. If I had a space to do garden, I think I would. I think the reason why is like we are so connected to like social media and like on our phones that there's gonna get to a point in time where I feel like you get to the end of yourself. And for some people, that's what leads people to Jesus. I feel like that's where we're at the same time. Like, how are we spending our time? And you want it to be more wholesome as opposed to just like being on a screen. And so it's like, I'd rather get outside or just like work with my hands. And I feel like it's just a lot more rewarding instead of this dopamine hit that's constantly happening. And it's just like the same stuff over and over again with social media, you know? And so I feel like that, in my opinion, is not more about like gender roles and like dating and things like that. It's more so of like the technology boom that we have, that people are diving into those things. Do you think that's more?
I agree, but I also think that you're finding women falling into more of those traditional women's roles of those hobbies and men doing
Gotcha.
more masculine things that like used to be. So I agree. I don't necessarily think that that's because of men and women, but I think when they're taking that time to do those hobbies because they're trying to get away from social media, they're falling back into those gender roles of things that, and not always, but I just think there's an influx of those things.
I need to do more research because also, like, speaking of women working, I do feel like there's probably proof to back this up. I just haven't done it yet. But someone was telling me that like women were not like how we're genetically made up and how we're created. Like, we're not meant to take on this like level of stress and like the cortisol that comes with it. And like men can deal with a higher amount of stress, I think. And
Well, it's
so,
a different kind of stress.
yeah,
Like
right.
there's a different the stress of like nurturing and like that kind of thing is very different than, being in an office or working a
Hmm.
job. And like yeah, no,
Yeah.
there's a reason that like when men communicate and it's that joke that like all girls have, it's like, why is that all we get? Or like why is that all they're communicating? Because like that's it for them. Whereas like our I just saw this video of someone had taken, I'm assuming they were using some kind of like meta glasses, but like I don't know how many people they were using, but like there it was like a heat map of what the person's eyes were looking at, and a woman's eyes get the whole peripheral, where a male is like the heat map is literally in the middle of the vision. Like that is all they're looking at, that's all they care about. They're like one of the things they brought up was like, like a lot of times women are aware of, their surroundings because they don't want to be attacked and things like that. But like it was just such a like a heat map of all the way across the screen. Women are looking at everything and the man is just like looking here, straight down the path. Like they're set up to do that and not worry about all of this. So this stress is fine. But when we have stress coming from all these areas, you can't handle
That
that.
heat map is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
I'm so
it's
glad you
wild.
shared that. I'm glad you saw that. I love these facts. Do you know how many times I've thought about the Green Bay Packers being owned by the Publix since you told me that last time?
I'm not
I've thought
surprised.
about it like 15 times, and I have so many questions. We don't need to get into it.
This is your Roman Empire now.
I never thought I would even care that much. I care a
That's
lot.
hilarious. I love that for you. You should go
Thanks
be
to
a
you.
owner of the Green Bay Packers. See if you can buy in.
I know. My biggest question is, and I don't expect you to know this answer, owners own the team to like they make money, and the most amount of money comes from TV deals. So who's getting the money? Like the TV deals, like say they go to the Super Bowl.
There's got to be some kind of return on your investment,
They
but
said there's none.
I
That's
don't
what
know
they
that.
said when I read online. But also maybe it's like the board members slash it goes back into the team or something. I don't know.
I've thought about it this
Yeah,
much,
I
so I don't.
know. Well, is there any update on the Spirit Airlines guy? Is he not? Are you
It's
not going to
still
own
going.
Spirit? Okay. Are you not going to be an owner of Spirit?
I still want to. I finally pledged my money because the website was like down so much because so many people were jumping on board.
What does that mean?
I haven't given money. I'm just
Okay.
saying when this happens, I would like to give this much money. I don't really know how it will work because I was trying to share this with my dad and he's like, it's not gonna work. I was like, what do you mean it's not gonna work? He's like, it's not gonna work. I was like, give me more information. He's like, they've already sold every part of the I was like, so I'm a little confused because he's like, Southwest has already bought all the planes or, bought a portion of the planes or something. So it's like Spirit has been bought and sold for parts. So essentially it only exists in name now. So I don't really know how you take an airline with zero anything and we're just gonna have to spend our money buying new planes. But I don't know. It's moving forward, this person is still giving updates, but I am slightly less invested.
He's like got you on the hook and reeling you
Yeah.
guys in. But good thing you have your dad. I feel like people need to know about your dad and what he's like and describe him because I've never met anyone like him. And I think we need more people in the world like him. And maybe like some advice that your dad has shared with you in the past because I've learned something from him every time I chat with him.
Life is black and white for my dad. Like, you don't meet a lot of people like that. That most people live in the gray area. Life is black and white for him. It is right and wrong, good and bad, want to, doesn't want to, like, doesn't matter. He's always the first one to like play devil's advocate in any decision that I bring. Like, not even because like he does or doesn't want me to do something. It's just to give me another perspective on the situation that I'm going through. Forces me to, think about all the options. What else about him? I think he's an alpha male. He's one of the last few left, out there. He is head honcho. Very direct, does not care about your feelings, does not care what you look like, how old you are, male, female, black, white. None of that matters to him. But I think he has a really good perspective on life. He had to be, mom and dad to his 5 younger siblings while he was like starting in high school. And it makes me sad. He never really I feel like got to be a kid. But I think my dad was always meant to be a coach, a parent. Yeah, he just has great perspective on life.
Do you think the perspective comes from his experiences plus like always just being black and white? It's like easy for him to create an opinion, decision, etc.
Yeah. And he's just like the most logical human you'll ever meet. He just has common sense, like more than the average person, and can just make sense of a situation. But whenever like even with drama, like in club volleyball, and like I wish I could think of an example with without outing people, but he just like always knows who's the culprit of something, who is dating. That sounds really shallow, and like those are very bad examples, but he just literally always knows because he's observant. He's observant. Well, I didn't try much, but he doesn't talk a lot. He just sits, waits, watches, takes it all in. Yeah,
he is a listener.
I wish I could. I need to.
It's okay. We can also talk about it next episode.
Yeah. Okay.
Give people something to look forward to.
Okay.
And I also love how different your mom is. Like your dad's, how tall is he? Like 6'5", 6'6"?
6'6", yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's wild. And then how tall is your mom? 5'5"?
5'7".
Okay.
She tells everyone she's 5'8".
And just like so spunky and loud and fun, and they're just the complete opposite. But
it's the epitome of opposites attract. Yeah,
it's so cool. I love their relationship. So thank you for sharing about him. We'll talk about a story next time, an example.
Okay.
Which I'm excited about. I wanted to ask you, speaking of follow-ups, after New Orleans, did you talk about rubbing elbows with anyone? Did
nobody asked.
Happen?
So no, nobody asked.
Did you put yourself in opportunities to get asked if someone would rub your elbows?
Yes, but no, at the same time, you know me. I'm, so this is daddy energy. I am like this when I'm walking down the street to get somewhere. I'm like going where I gotta go. I mean, my head's on a swivel too, but so I don't really make it easy to be approached either. So yeah, I mean, like we were out for 2 nights walking down Bourbon Street and around town, but never got asked. I could have rubbed elbows with a raccoon on our swamp tour. That's how close it was.
That close? Those seems to get feisty.
Yeah, the tour guide on the boat just had snacks, and so they were ready for it, and their raccoons were like, give me my snacks, and they would take it and run away.
That's precious. How many states did you cover?
I think 11. Let's see. Indiana, Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama, Louisiana, Texas. Oh, maybe only 8. New Mexico, Arizona, Vegas.
Plus Michigan. So 9?
10.
Okay.
If you include Michigan.
Okay.
Did I miss one? Is there one below Indiana and Kentucky?
No,
we drove through Mississippi, I guess, technically. So yeah, that would be 11 if you included Michigan and Nevada.
11 states. Do you have any highlights from your road trip to share with the class?
Yeah, so many. So when we stopped in Nashville the first day, and in Kentucky was like a stopping point for us, and we went to Mammoth Caves National Park. That was really cool. It reminded me a lot of, there's a mountain in Utah called Mount Timpanogos. And so like at the top, like maybe not the top, but somewhere a hike up this mountain, there's also caves there. But these caves are in a mountain above ground. And I've done a tour of that too. But these caves at Mammoth Cave were all below ground. Like we went like 250 feet below ground and went through these tunnels and caverns. And that was really cool. At one point they take you to a room and they turn off like all the lights and like ask everyone not to speak. And it is just like suffocating silence and like, yeah. So that was really cool.
Just kidding.
And then I was so excited for Nashville and New Orleans. I've come to decide that Nashville is the strip of Las Vegas and New Orleans is Fremont Street. So if you're on the West Coast, just come to Vegas. The East Coast, you don't need to come this far. Just hit Nashville and New Orleans. The craziest part was because I'm just so used to driving, like here, Arizona, Utah. It's like that whole drive south was just like so green. it was just green and beautiful in all those states that we drove through, and it was crazy. So like as you're driving through Texas, you're just like watching it shift from like beautiful green, swampy Louisiana,
Hmm.
dry desert, rocks,
Hmm.
nothing, heat. Yeah.
I really think it's the humidity, the
Yeah.
warm Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. The other, like, so the caves were a highlight. We went on a swamp tour in New Orleans, which was honestly really cool. It was really beautiful. And then, when we crossed Texas, right on the border of Texas and New Mexico, we went to White Sands National Park, which was just stunning. It was really beautiful. Just 13 miles of white sand dunes.
That's vast. It's
What?
quite large. 13.
Yeah, vast. Yeah. It felt like if you've ever seen Star Wars, Tatooine, the island that Anakin is from, or oh no, I'm gonna get it confused.
I couldn't tell you.
Where I think doesn't matter. I'm gonna put myself in a hole here, but Tatooine. I know that's the island I'm thinking of. I just can't think of what it is, but just desert but it was really pretty. And then Sedona was really awesome. We went up to Sedona. We were only there for an evening, and so we did one hike. I was trying to do the research, like most bang for my buck, on this, and I wanted a short hike, but enough to like get us moving and see something pretty. And it's called Cathedral Rock Trail. It's like 700 feet of elevation gain, but it's 1.4 miles round trip, so super short.
Mm-hmm.
But we stopped like every 10, 15 feet. We were like, okay, deep breaths, because you're just climbing.
Fine. Yeah.
But it took us like 30 minutes to get up, which wasn't crazy. And then the view was incredible. I mean, the view going up was incredible, but then you get to see like the other side of the mountain that you're climbing up, and so that view is really neat. But you get a view the whole time you're going up too, which is really cool. But
you had a lot of different mixtures and ingredients in this trip.
Yeah.
I mean, makes sense. It's 11 states, so you're going to see a lot of different things, especially just the climate in general and how that changes landscapes, let alone like cultures, even Nashville to Louisiana to Vegas. Like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Very different people. I also feel like I need to protect Nashville because she's my baby, and if someone wants to go there, I've been to Nashville 4 times in like a year, and Berkeley went for one night. Each experience is valid at the same time. My favorite part, but you also know Vegas, obviously, way more than I do. I love going to Nashville for the live music, and it's not even like the nighttime Broadway. It's like the time that you walk into the bottom of a bar and there's 3 people sitting down at 1 p.m. any day of the week. And then they're playing your favorite songs, and these people have such pure voices, and there's like no one around, and it just like feels like it's you inside of this song with the singer and maybe like one guitar player, and it's so intimate. Like I've been brought to tears sitting down listening to I Hope You Dance by some people. I love that song.
That's awesome.
So like everyone's gonna have like a different, reason. And I don't feel like Vegas doesn't have that many, like there's probably a lot of live music that I'm not aware of, but just like everyone's trying to make it in Nashville. I feel like in Vegas they just like are stoked to be there, but Nashville's like they want to make it. And so you'll find, I don't even think I'm exaggerating when I say like 200 different bands within a 4-block radius. And so like that's why it's so different than Vegas, is just specifically for the live music. And then it gets like really crazy at nighttime, of course. And I don't know, I've actually never chatted with you about this, but from what I know, I want to like guess first about music with you, is like music, I feel like speaks to my soul and can change my mood right away. And just like I like many types of music, and I just like really feel music. I feel like we have different perspectives of that. Maybe I'm wrong, but like what you like, and also maybe it's because you like lyrics, right? When you listen to songs, like I listen to the way they sound, and you like the lyrics. And so I also never asked you like how you feel about it when you're listening, like, and maybe also you get less depth in lyrics because of how many people don't value them like because I know you're a really big Taylor Swift fan, so like they don't value them like her. Speaking just from what I've seen, but maybe that's part of it, is like because country music and me, because the way it sounds.
So what's your question? How do I resonate with music?
Do you like really feel music? Like do you love music passionately?
I don't think the way that you do, no. Especially just because like I can't hear it. Like I can't hear the differences, and like I just like I just
you can't hear it.
Yeah, I can't. It's just not something that
can't smell
stands out to me.
Can't hear.
I need to explain this better because like I can hear the music, but I
Mhm.
can't differentiate like different chords, different, instruments really. I love a string instrument and a piano. Like I can hear those things. And I mean like and if something throws in a trumpet or some kind of brass instrument that's not typically there, I love songs that do things like that are different in that regard. But like I don't know, like I'll watch these videos and like there's this one couple on Instagram that I have discovered because they for a while were reacting to like Taylor Swift songs and they've never been Taylor Swift fans and so they're like listening to her songs and like reacting and I'm like I love watching these videos. But you can tell that they're musically inclined people and they're like, "Oh my gosh, the harmonies." And I'm like, never heard that till you pointed it out. Like that's not what I'm listening for. All of it together sounds great, but like
Yeah.
I'm not picking out those individual qualities of a song. I am listening for the words. So I get moved to tears and like emotional when I hear things live and like in church. Like church is just a good example just because you're already like feeling, that spirit of things. But like when there's like a couple people playing like a cello and a violin or something, those are some of my favorite kind of music to listen to. Especially just when because I can see it. So I'm so visual, so I can see where each thing is coming from. But I've always loved live music, and I think I've learned in the last couple of years that like even concert, like I love going to concerts because I think it's one of the few places that you can like visibly see the passion of someone when they're performing. But I think there's a line of it can't be a large show. Like it's got to be a more intimate venue because then those people don't have this like timeline of
So
things that
with
they
you.
have to perform. And then they go and they do these crazy things of like showing just basically how talented they are and like riffing off their own music and doing other things. And I'm like, this is fun. And you can just like see the joy when they're doing these things. And so that kind of stuff I'm really passionate about for music, but not just in my headphones. I'm just singing the words, or in my car.
Did you see any good in Nashville?
We had to listen to a couple of live music. I don't know. I wasn't like in it though either. It was just that one night and tired from traveling and
Yeah.
I don't know.
Can plan a trip.
Yeah. I would definitely go back. I think I need a whole experience, but I'm so stressed about like getting back to the hotel and there's just a lot of factors of just because my sister was she's 18 so couldn't be in there past a certain time and because 21 and over and whatever just like little things that were like adding
okay,
on
we'll
to
run
it.
it back. I'll make sure you have a good time.
Deal.
That reminds me of dueling pianos in Salt Lake City. We can talk about that on the next one.
Dueling pianos and my dad's advice.
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly. Okay, bye.
Bye.